Best Tattoo for you, Richard here, and it is time for an update video thingy. Time for Idicbeer's Get It Painted update. I'm going to show you where I'm at and what I've done and what I'm doing. How much more I've got to do. So, we're going to go table down in a second and show you. Let's do this.
Guys, here we are, table down for Idicbeer's Terrain. Idicbeer's Get It Painted Challenge. There we go. That's what it is. It's one of those things. So we're going to come here. And I am going to put some things on this board. And flop them around. Probably chip the paint off like a little turd burglar. Let's back up a bit here. Alright. So, this stupid camera is so dumb, man. I need a better tripod, that's what it is, not the camera itself. So here's what I've done so far. So we primed this guy finally. Yep, primed it. That's about as far as I've got. So it'll probably sit like this for another week or whatever before I do the black on it and then go through and start painting it. So these guys were blue, so I went back and primed them black because these are going to be my bodyguard crisis suits, and also could count as later if I needed like extra commanders or something. They can count as individual commanders in the army. So they are sprayed black and ready to go. You still see some of the blue showing out, but I'll go hand paint over all that to kind of fill it in. I typically do. But yeah, so this is going to be their main tone. It's probably going to be black. So I definitely need to get that all dealt with, for sure. Yeah, this guy. Yeah, see, I still in the camera with the light shining on it really good. My lighting in this room isn't that great. I need to work on it. I have a daylight bulb over here in this. Here, I'll just show you. Oh, yeah, right there. A daylight bulb in this little contraption. But then I have up there in the ceiling. Where is it at? Oh, I have a regular bulb. So I think I'm going to swap those around and put the daylight bulb up top and that regular bulb over here. So I have the massive daylight bulb shining down, giving us good light, and then that bulb over there. So now we have, so here is the first base I made for my crisis suit. And I went back and I put just some little details in it. Like I had a little standard top from a backpack, an old Space Marine backpack that was broken off. So I put that in, I drilled a hole and put that in there. And then I just had a little chunk of something that looked like stonework. And I kind of clipped that on there and built some grid up around it. Oh, I know what it was. It was from this piece right here. So this is from the Vindicare Assassin. And it's typically sits flat and stands up. So I cut a chunk off of it at an angle. So that's what that is in there. And I glued it down at an angle. And then put a piece of a sprue there. And then just built the grid up around it. You know, especially to hide the hollowness inside. So it looks like that kind of fell over, but the rebar is still holding it together a little bit. And that'll be for one crisis suit. I don't know which one. Maybe this guy. Have him leaping over it or something. I got my crisis suits in a pretty good dynamic pose, so yeah, we'll see. And then my final one is this one. It's got another piece of I think this came off the Calidus Assassin, the one I did over here, this one, because she was jumping off this big old piece of whatever, and what I did is I cut it down, and I think that's the top of it that she would have been posted. She would have been glued onto the top of this, and I used that for the base here. And I had some old when I chopped up a devilfish that I had, because it was pretty much in disarray anyway, and I was on my in the mood of converting everything. So I ripped out the drones that I had glued in there, and I'm using them as basing material. So I still need to go up underneath there and, well, probably be in there. There's probably great greenery sticking up out from underneath there, hiding that. But yeah, so there's their bases. Their bases are ready to go. And like I said, I'll just have them some way leaping. Have him maybe glued, mounted to the top of this drone like it's jumping off, or have it coming off this little hump somehow. Have it leaping. And this guy's like, I'm frolicking through the woods. So those guys are ready to go on their next step. Then, what else did I work on? I did not work on the terrain piece yet, the big landing pad, or the Necron terrain bits. Haven't worked on those yet. Haven't worked on all these little fiddly bits. Those are still there. I'm working on currently my figure for the, I had a little hair in my mouth, Imperial Knight Assassin. I'm working on this now. So I got this a little further along. I can't remember what it looked like in the last video. I think it was black with like a blue-gray shade. So now I went up 2 tones on this. I used the shaded, you'll see it later on. I used shadowed stone and stone gray, and then add a little white to that stone gray to bring it up a little bit more for the highlights on it. And that's it for the base tones on this. This is done. Not done, but done. So did that. Lightly did it underside. Not as heavily under here because, well, for one, it doesn't matter. People don't see that as much. But I didn't really care either. The other thing I did is a little bit on the interior. But I'm still going to come back in a little while and turn these to all green lights. So that's still going to be dealt with. But I want to make sure all the painting is done inside of the tones. So that way any of that peeks through the green would be more believable, I guess. Same thing on the interior here. I did a lot of highlighting and stuff in there. And now pretty much done with the airbrush on this for a bit, because I'm going to come in and hand paint little metallic stuff and little blinky lighty bits and things like that. Piping, tubing, reds. Add some more color in there for sure. The exterior has all that highlights done here and there. The engines, I'm going to hand paint these. I'm going to go through and like hand paint them a bolt gun metal, and then pick out spots that I'm going to come back and do like a brassing on. And then I'll come back and highlight it with a silver, wash it down with a dark wash. With like, I have this sienna wash, so it's kind of red. Wash that over it so it gives it kind of a rusty reddy look. And then I'll come back with little spots and highlight out some stuff. And then go back over the whole thing and either give it a wash or give it little highlight spots in metal and do little chips and flakes and weather this thing out a bit more. As well as painting the glass on the cockpit, coming in with some blues and stuff and painting it out. Blues or greens? I'm thinking green maybe. I like the green look. Still got to do the metallics on this, the metallics on the feet. All that stuff's to be hand painted. And I want to do on the wings. I'm trying to be as careful with this because I just finished painting it. And I need to seal it for the next step. So that way this airbrush part of it, it feels really gritty. I don't want to wipe any of it off or cause any of it to chip too bad. But I still want to do here somewhere too. I haven't decided where. Maybe on these flaps. Do a hazard stripe pattern. I want there to be a hazard stripe pattern somewhere on here. I haven't quite decided where yet. I just feel like it needs it for some reason. I don't know. Could be like right here. Hot exhaust, so there's hazard stripes all through this whole back area. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Hazard stripe part of the back door. You can show, hey, don't get behind here because this does come down. Oh, you hit me in the head, man. That's not cool, bro. Bro, Safina. So yeah, so that's where I'm at on my Get It Painted challenge. We are still going, still rocking. I'm not fully defeated yet. I don't think I will be. I hope not, anyway. I did have to contend with a cat earlier to get over here and work in my workspace. But my workspace is a disaster anyway. So I need to sit there and probably come in here one day and just sit there and clean up all this mess over here and get it all dealt with so I have my water bottle, which is empty and I'm parched. I could use some more water. But yeah, oh, I got so much pile of junk over here I gotta deal with. I gotta deal with this guy. I need to finish this thing. But I'm really, like, I've gone away from this blue look on these guys. I like the more gray look, like in the Commander. Like how I did the gun. It's kind of a gray and the light's shining out like harsh. So anyway, got the gray in there, and like the gray I did for his legging, like his mechanical parts, his working parts here. So I like that look, and I kind of want all my Tau stuff to have that look now, and all my old Devilfish and stuff don't. But of course, I said before I do not repaint stuff, so I'm not going to fix those. This is still on the verge of being painted, so I could technically change it up a bit and just fix it, because like this entire underside would be white, but I like the idea of going that dark gray and then lighten it up to just little white highlights. Kind of like my breachers. If you look at my breachers outfit, how I did their helmets and stuff, I like that grayish blue look. So I should bring that out more in here, and all these little areas, the blue areas, would be that. Except for this. This needs to be red. Although both those hatches need to be red, I think. So, I don't know. This guy needs a lot of work. He needs to be finished up. So I'll have my... What I'll have once I finish this too eventually, I'm not going to add this to the Get It Painted challenge, but this will be worked on here and there later. But I will have a Devilfish, a Hammerhead, and then a Sky Ray. But this and the Devilfish both can, the backs can come off, and I could swap them into, this would be another Devilfish, or another Sky Ray, or I mean another Hammerhead, whatever. I have enough stuff to do all that, where I could have 3 Hammerheads of any type, 2 Sky Rays of any type. I mean, sorry, Sky Rays are normal. 2 Sky Rays or 2 Devilfish. Because the one Hammerhead, the turret is already glued down. There's nothing I can do about that. I could maybe go back and break it off, but I really don't want to do that, because that's scary. I could really break it. So maybe when I'm feeling frisky one day I'll do that, but probably not. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. This is where I'm at, folks. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you don't mind staring at my garbage over here. Let's turn away from all that. Look at some pretty stuff. Pretty stuff. Yay. Let's look and see what this is going to look like. Shall we? Let's kind of just pan back a bit. Stark. You stop it, boy. He's got a hot spot on his tail, so it kind of irritates him every once in a while. Yeah, something like that. Let's just do some scatter terrain on the base itself. So he's coming in. Oh, yeah, it's gonna look pretty good together. I like it. I like it a sauce. I like this sauce. Coming in for a landing to pick up some ammo crates and stuff. So it's coming in. We're going to come over here and then land on the rest of this landing area. So I'm having so much fun, guys. I love this. Oh, and there's so many things I would want to do and want. You know, so many wants, so many wants, so many wants. Wah, wah, wah. Suck it up. Guys, I love you so much. I'm going to get out of here because I'm being dumb. Keep rocking that nerd life, my friends. I'm going to go deal with this dog, see if I can give him some relief on his back. I will talk to you later. Bye.